From the mind of Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov.
All right, first and foremost, listen to the mid-range. Listen to the mid-range on this mic. Listen to the top end. Listen to how smooth the top end is. Listen to how controlled the bottom end is. You have really a very balanced tonal structure in this microphone. This is the BaiFei Li V5. And this microphone, you may be surprised to know, sells currently for $133.99 on AliExpress. This is part of BaiFei Li's new, I believe this is part of BaiFei Li's new professional line of microphones. This is different than everything we've seen before from them. Now, we've seen a lot of really surprising microphones. And in a way, like the 414, right, with its really nice electric capsule and a very neutral sound. Very surprising microphone. Really an exceptional microphone for the price. And when the 414 made its world debut on this channel, it was $40, and now it's like $73 on AliExpress. And the V10 and the V47, very interesting mics, very, very cool, very well made, but they lacked one thing, and that was a really professional tone. What you're hearing is the stock. I have not modded this mic. When you hear the modded V47 that I had in the previous video, you think, wow, that's a mic I could use professionally, right? This is already kind of pre-modded because they put a K47 in there. That's the big difference. It has the same transformerless flat Sheps style circuit in it, which pairs perfectly with a capsule like a K47, which is meant to go on a flat-ish circuit. But there's something about this K47. There's something about this that is really exceptional. And that is, it doesn't have that low-end mass that you usually get with a K47, especially on a transformerless circuit. Sometimes, like, you will get a weird, resonant, squonky boom. Right around 500, I've found, at least on my voice. There's kind of a spot really between 5 and maybe 650. Really, you get to the point where the low mids start to intersect with the upper mids. And there's a crossover point in there, an inflection point between the two, where something happens tonally with my voice. And that's why I've never really been able to use a transformerless 47 mic. But this is different. So first of all, it does have it's very quiet. It's a very quiet circuit. But this capsule is working amazingly well, right? Again, this is the sound that I wish the V47 had. You know, this is the sound that people have achieved with the V47, a sound similar to this, by modding the V47. But this sounds tighter. It sounds better. It actually sounds a little bit more tuned for vocal use, especially close-up vocal use. And I'll tell you why. The thing that makes this mic really unique and really compelling, not just the $133.99 price on it, which I guarantee you won't last forever. What is really compelling about this mic, and I think what really makes it sound so good, is this Headbasket design. Now, we did a lot of Headbasket stuff previously with the Sphere. I know it sounds really dirty. You know, like all that Headbasket stuff we did a long time ago. Back in college, yeah, we did some Headbasket stuff. So the Headbasket on this microphone, look at it. Let me just kind of show you the mic for a second. So if you notice, right, the way the Headbasket is shaped, it's not shaped like, it's not a big round cylinder like that. It's not like a chisel design, right? It's really more, and you can see kind of the way the beveled edge here is. I'm going to have to show you a photo, maybe accentuates that a little bit better. But the the Headbasket is really a polygon. So the way this is working, right? It's tight. It's got a tight sound because the front and back portions of the grill are fairly close-ish to the capsule, right? You don't have, it's not like this where you have about an inch of space between the grill and the capsule, right? The grill is probably maybe about a third of an inch away from the capsule. But the contours of the mesh, the way it bevels at the edges, creates more diffusion inside the acoustical chamber that is a microphone Headbasket. So you're getting a really tight, nice sound, right? Very balanced overall. And I mean, again, the mid-range on this sounds so good. How is this $133.99? How is this a $134 microphone? I mean, all right, let's run some copy through it. All right, let me see it. What do I have here? Okay, here we go. Introducing clam milk, the briny delight that will leave your taste buds craving more. Savor the clam-tastic flavor of this nutritious beverage from the sea, a refreshing twist for seafood lovers everywhere. Get clam milk at a store near you. It's clamalicious. So, yeah. Yeah, it is, and this is clamalicious. This is really I am honestly I am very surprised. You know, like, again, when you get the V47 or the V10, a lot of these and, let's just call them affordable mics. A lot of these affordable mics come with the wrong capsule. They come with, like, a K67, K87. And the problem with that is there's so much emphasis. Like, the problem with that is you get, like, this V, right? You get a V tonality. You get a lot of low-end presence and high-end presence, and the mids just feel like a singular space in between them, a singular bit of connective tissue. But with a good microphone, right, with something like this, you're hearing really more of, like, 4 quadrants of tone. You're hearing lows, low mids, upper mids, and highs. And the mids in general just feel like the most dominant part of this tonality, right? You have a really nice, rich mid sound on this. And you can really feel like the low mids aren't overbearing. The lows, again, nice and tight, right? Really not, I wouldn't call them reined in. I would call them like set right. Um, so, and a nice smooth top end. I mean, really, I think that this microphone, this to me is honestly one of the best 47 transformerless microphones I've ever tried in this booth. Now I've tried a few. The AT-4047, you know, that I got that a long time ago when everybody was like, "Oh, this is like the mic," and I tried it and I hated it because it had that squonky like meh, 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 like thing. Really nasal, like it was pulling like up into my nasal cavity and sucking out like the worst resonant tone. Like it did not sound good on me. And I was like, what is wrong with me? But it wasn't me, it was the microphone. What's wrong with me is a completely different story. But it has nothing to do with this mic. This mic is exceptional for $133.99. I cannot get over it. And I keep repeating that because I want it marked in time that as of today, as of August 6, 2023, this mic is $133.99 because I guarantee you, this mic will not be at this price forever. This mic is worth a lot more. Like I said, this mic smokes the AT-4047. And that mic is like $799. I would rather have 5 of these than one of those. And again, I mean, it's really solidly built. You know, it's not it's not like it doesn't have that Chinese temple bell like dunk 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 kind of sound. It's solid. You could definitely this would be a great this isn't just a great mic here in the booth. This is a good like go mic. Like if I wanted to take this mic on the road, this would be a great go mic. But it's pretty great in the booth, so I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, the kit is cool too. You get a really good kit. You get this shock mount. Now the shock mount may be the least best part of the kit. The plastic is kind of it's not like totally cheapy plastic, but I would rate the plastic 5 out of 10. And of course the tension screw on this. You can't really see because it's blending in, but the tension screw on these things, you know? You over tighten this and you're done. You're going to break that. Now you could probably replace this arm, like the point of this that attaches between your boom and the basket part. You could replace that with like, you could get a similar part off another mic mount and cannibalize it and put it on there. But if you were to break any of the other structural elements of the basket, you would have to replace it. Now, don't quote me on this, but you may be able to replace it with one of the Lewitt shock mounts. What's the Lewitt one? It's like the 040 or something like that. Anyway, but it's okay once you get it set up. If you're going to set it up someplace, you know, it'll probably be fine. I have put it in the rye coat It fits in the rye coat, so, you can always put it in a rye coat. But other than that, you may be limited as to the kind of shock mounts you can use without this one. But I mean, this one's fine. I'm not messing with it. It's fine. And also part of the kit, you get one of these Hakan style pop filters with the same hydrophobic foam, and these are perfectly peaceful pop filters. People party in Poughkeepsie and play poker. This is Parsippany and Poughkeepsie. So, I mean, these are perfectly functional, great pop filters. So you get one of these in the kit, you get the shock mount, you get a little foam thing that goes over the mic that you'll never use. But yeah, I mean, so the kit is great, and the mic is solid. The other thing that's interesting about this mic is you see on the back here, you see the red right there? There's a window on the back of this microphone. There's a window where you can see it. There's a cutout, right? It's got clear plastic over it, and you can see the circuit inside. Here, I'm going to show you a picture of it. So that's kind of cool. It's a little bit corny to do that, but it's also ballsy because you're saying it costs more to manufacture like that instead of having it solid. To actually have it cut out and then have another piece, you actually have two pieces. You have the clear plastic piece, and then you have the edging, right? So you're creating more parts to assemble. It's more expensive. But you're saying, hey, look, this is what's inside. This is the value proposition. And you look at that, and if you see like what looks like a fairly decent circuit, right? Red WEMA caps, or at least I believe they're WEMA caps. I'm not sure. But it looks legit. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm not like, oh no, that circuit is terrible. I mean, it's fine. But I think it's funny. I'm glad they put it on the back of the mic, though, and not in the front. Like Lewitt makes their little window where you can see the tube on the front of the mic. I think that is so annoying and stupid, but that's a story for another day. Overall, I have to say, I mean, just listen to the sound of my voice through this thing. I mean, it really sounds great. It really does. It sounds so much better than a $133.99 mic should sound. And again, at some point, we're going to look back and be like, oh, wow, that mic was only $133.99 back then. This mic smokes a lot of other mics, honestly. And again, I know that like a lot of folks were saying, and when I say a lot of folks, like enough people that I took notice, were saying like, oh yeah, the V47, I'm gonna mod it. I'm gonna put like a CEK12 in it, or I'm gonna put a 47 style capsule in it. This is already pre-modded, and again, I think that this is really professional worthy. So when it ultimately comes down to the question, would I gig with this microphone? The answer is yes. As a matter of fact, I already did. As I sat down yesterday to start evaluating this microphone, a commercial actually came in for me, and I did. I cut this commercial for some some live event. And I thought this microphone sounded great on it. So it's going to get some use in here. This may stick around in the booth beyond just being a novelty. I mean, again, listen to this mic. I don't really have a K47 style transformerless mic sound in this booth, but I like this one because it doesn't have the typical like really like bulbous low mid kind of thing going on that you have to fight with in a mix or when you're dropping it on a music bed. I mean, it really feels like it's like ready to go. And what you're hearing it through. Did I mention I'm actually going through a Hairball Audio Gold 500 series preamp, which is very much like the Hardy preamp, very much same topography, very clean, with a little bit of Jensen transformer squish in there. So they're very clean transformers, which add a little bit of heft, and I thought that would be a great pairing with this transformerless V5 microphone from BaiFei Li. All right, nation, what do you think? What do you think of the $134? And that has free shipping too, I believe. What do you think of the V5? I'm very impressed. But I want your opinion. All right, let me know. Until next time, this is Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov. Oh yeah, link for this show. Link for the mic in the show notes. Yeah, it's me, fading to black. Bye-bye now.